to be describing to you my diversity plan for Ider High School. Beginning with our mission statement, the mission statement of Ider High School for diversity is to actively include and value all students regardless of race, background, sex, ethnicity, ability, socioeconomic status, family structure, or religion. We intend for each student to be successful in school and therefore be prepared to live productively in a diverse and inclusive world. This plan will hopefully help us to achieve our mission statement. Let's begin with some of the different demographics of Ider High School. We enrolled 676 students in the past year. 80% of those are white, 19% identify as American Indian, 2% are Hispanic or Latino, and less than 1% are Black, Asian, and one or more races. So you can see by this chart that our school is predominantly white. Some other demographics, of those 676 students, we have 358 that receive free lunch, 56 that receive reduced lunch, and that makes a total of 61% of our population taking advantage of the meal assistance. We have 31 children that identify as homeless, 4 EL children, and 98 in our special education programs. Here are our goals for the diversity plan. 1, to close the academic achievement gap between those students that are of poverty and the rest of the student body. 2, to increase and strengthen parent and community partnerships. And 3, to empower students to achieve excellence. So in order to close the academic achievement gap, we are going to be monitoring state and local test data, incorporating effective and individualized intervention and teaching strategies, offering after-school and weekend tutoring. So the first step in closing academic achievement gap between the students of Ider High School is determining where those gaps occur and how significant they are. To discover this, we need to keep a regular check on state and local test data. Here at Ider, we use the Global Scholar Performance Series that's offered by Scantron, looking at the test results from the reading test and the math test for the 2017 and 2018 years for grades 2 through 8. We see that although it is not large, there is a consistent achievement gap between those students with meal assistance, being the children that receive free or reduced lunch, and those who do not use such assistance. The average score for each grade in both tests was higher for those not on the free and reduced lunch program. I believe that if more people filled out the forms to apply for meal assistance, the gap would actually be larger, and we would have a more accurate picture of the level of poverty in our school. We have many families, although they would qualify for meal assistance, they choose not to apply out of a strong sense of pride. In working to close the gaps between all the students and those using meal assistance, I would like to implement regular grade level or subject area meetings to discuss test data. These could be in conjunction with our regularly scheduled PST meetings. We would just need to make time to look at just those students at the poverty level and see what their achievement level is and if they're showing signs of growth or regression. The results of these meetings should be a call to individualize instruction and to provide effective intervention for those students. In addition to intervention groups during the school hours, I feel like it would be beneficial to offer tutoring for these students after school and possibly on weekends. This could be conducted by the teachers and/or high school students. We would have a faculty member serve as the after-school tutoring director. This person will coordinate the tutoring sessions and oversee the taking of applications from students that are seeking the tutoring. Teachers could tutor all grades, and all high school students over the age of 16 and maintaining an A average could tutor any child in grades 3rd through 6th. The team consisting of parents, a classroom teacher, special education teacher if the child has an IEP, and an administrator would determine the tutoring plan for each student. So together, I believe that these 3 steps would help us begin to close the academic achievement gaps. Our next goal is to increase and strengthen parent and community partnerships. To do this, we would be identifying subgroups throughout yearly surveys. We would be encouraging attendance at regularly scheduled parent meetings and increasing outreach through social media. Many of our poverty students come from households where education is not deemed as important. We seek to change that notion by increasing parental involvement. One step to accomplishing this is learning about the types of groups that make up our community. To do this, I propose that we ask parents to participate in a few short surveys throughout the school year to allow us to collect demographic data. Much of this information can be gathered from our enrollment process, but we could learn more from individual information regarding thoughts toward school and toward academic achievement. We would also like to encourage parents to attend the meetings at the school. These could include parent-teacher meetings, class nights, our ABC club, which is like a PTO, open houses, and club and sports organization meetings. As it stands now, our school has about 1 to 2 parent meetings per year. I believe that it would be beneficial to increase this number to at least 1 meeting with an open house for each 9-week grading period. We can encourage parents to attend by having students from different classes present something, whether it be live entertainment or a display of work or projects. And it would be an effective incentive to offer a door prize of some sort at each meeting. I believe that local businesses would be willing to donate these prizes to the school in exchange for advertisement. At these meetings, we could discuss student progress at the class and individual level. We could also highlight exceptional projects and other pieces of student work. We could offer a question and answer time for the parents as well. I believe the more often that parents in poverty visit the school, the more likely they are to have a sense of ownership and worth regarding Ider High School and the education of their children. In addition to seeing our parents face to face, another way to increase parental involvement is through social media. Ider High School recently started a Facebook page, and it is helping to reach many of our parents. I would like to see the use of the page expanded and increased. I would like to encourage each of the teachers to have their students create work that is digital so that it can be easily shared through social media. Some of our students stuck in the lowest poverty situations still produce fantastic work while at school. If parents could view this, perhaps they would become more involved in their child's education. I believe the school should create a Twitter account and an Instagram account. The more accessible the school is to the community, the better. Parents, whether those of poverty or minority ethnic backgrounds, can feel a sense of pride when they view their child's work on the web. It is also a very effective way to relay important information to parents. Many parents will check Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram many times a day, whereas a note coming home in a child's backpack may or may not make it to the kitchen table. The majority of Ider students that have a poverty status come from a state of generational poverty. It is a condition that many in this community share. Our job as the teachers of Ider High School is to empower our students to achieve excellence and to break the cycle of poverty in their lives. To do that, I propose 3 steps. 1, to offer a safe and welcoming environment in which to learn. 2, to form leadership groups for 10th through 12th graders. And 3, to create a buddy system to mentor the students of poverty. The first step in empowering our students should be to create a safe and welcoming environment for them to interact and learn in. A student will not be able to perform to their fullest potential if they do not feel safe or welcome at school. To this end, I propose that we strengthen the security at Ider High School. I think it would be wise to enclose our campus, providing one entrance and exit, and to have that area closely monitored. This will undoubtedly cut down on unnecessary visits and will hopefully head off any malicious behavior. We also need to encourage a welcoming environment throughout our campus. All of our students, regardless of their differences from anyone else, need to feel welcomed and valued every time they step on the campus of Ider High School. Teachers should make a concerted effort to be friendly to each child in the school, paying close attention to build relationships with those that they encounter most frequently. Because relationships are essential for survival in poverty, the most significant motivator for these students is relationships. The second step to empowering our students, particularly those from poverty, is to create a leadership team comprised of students of poverty in grades 10 through 12. This team would meet monthly and be given instruction and leadership, and would also be given tasks to complete for the school. This would help build relationships with some students that may not participate in anything extracurricular, while at the same time providing them with a chance to have responsibility in a controlled environment. With the completion of these tasks, the students would gain leadership skills, confidence, and a healthy dose of accomplishment. The team would also make relationships with local employers to hopefully secure jobs for these students while in high school and after graduation. The third step I propose in empowering our students to achieve excellence is to offer a student mentoring program, a buddy system that I would like to name the Colony. Just as our mascot, the Hornet, lives in, works in, and supports the members of their colony, we at Ider should do the same for those students around us. This program would use students in grades 10 through 12 to mentor younger students of poverty on a regular basis. We know that the key to achievement for students from poverty is in creating relationships with them. While we realize that teachers must build relationships with these students, we also need to help foster relationships between them and their schoolmates. These students' mentors would be placed with 1 to 3 younger students, depending on a number of factors, including temperament, behavior, age, etc. The mentors would have a class period in which they would be in class with their colony buddy. They could sit beside them in class for moral support or tutor them during individual work time. There may be opportunities for the mentor to pull their buddy and a few other children into a small group session and help go over material that might have been difficult for them during the whole group instruction. This program should help students from poverty build relationships inside the school and help to give them a sense of worth. I envision the ones being mentored will want to be in the mentor position for others when they grow to be old enough. I hope that they will be empowered to help and encourage others as well. So these are just a few of the steps that could help improve the culture of Ider High School. While we do not have a large amount of diversity in our small school, we still have groups that we can reach out to and push to succeed. Our goal is to see all of our students graduate and go on to lead successful, productive lives due in part to the knowledge that they gained and the relationships that they built while at Ider High School. Thank you so much.